What up, man? How you doing today? Whoa, it's bright in here. I can see it's bright in here, actually. Mm. So, question for you. You could tell I just woke up because my hair looks crazy. Ooh, nice. How are you guys doing today? Mm. So, I've been sick all week, but we've been here hanging out, things like that. I actually had a question for you. Um, we talked a little bit about stocks, and I got sick like the day after. Did you notice something odd this week in your trading? I'm talking about like any market. So like SPY, did you notice Tesla? Did you notice like now the reason why I asked if you noticed it and not if you just flat out traded it, okay? We're starting to kind of get that vibe again, right? It kind of feels still like most of America just has no idea what real trading is or what happens on the back end or the front end either. Did you notice it's starting to feel good again? Like trading is starting to feel better, meaning the price action's a lot smoother. You're starting to feel like you can make a little bit more money now. You're starting to feel like it's not as annoying, right? Now, the thing is, right? Let's drag you over to the damn chart. The reason why I'm asking you these questions, all right? And I'll be honest right now, this weed strong as shit. So, well, you notice something. We've been talking about a few methods to keep you kind of grounded on trading stocks, okay? We talked a little bit about this weekday indicator. This is really helpful for anybody who, um, and bear with me because, like, I still have a cold, but I should also be drinking way more water. Whew. Let me grab all the necessary tools that we need. Man, I got water, Gatorade, apple juice, all next to me at the same time. Oh man. Mm, there we go. Should I be smoking blunts while I'm sick? Fuck no. But we're gonna do it anyway. This is who I am, you know? It sucks for like I don't have very many other bad habits, I'll say. But this is the one where like, I like to eat clean food. I like to smoke nice blunts every day. That's it. There's no other requirement that I have. That's it. I'll be content, right? Now, I think the problem is a lot of people come to stocks, right? Um, we talked about this before. Everybody feels like every marketplace you need to come and do the same shit or like not saying you can't have access to the same base concepts, but you need to have an understanding about like what are you doing here? You might not even want to approach options how you approach NQ. You might be a scalper on NQ. You might be a fucking full ass swing trader on SPY. You might feel more comfortable that way, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Not saying we're going to swing NQ, obviously, but I'm saying you might just be way more anxious when you're trading NQ just because of the nature of the marketplace and how it moves. SPY, not saying is not a monster, but it's also a lot. There's only so much time the marketplace is open per day. It's not hard to find that main move or that optimal trade entry, or if you're looking for that um, certain days range, rather, you might be more comfortable there. But if you're somebody who doesn't typically, and here's gem for you, right? If you're not usually like trading this market or you're trying to get into options, okay? And again, this video, we're going to talk more about your gold back levels, all right? So it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't really can listen to, should I say, all right? And not to like, we joke about that in my Discord, but um, to be honest, sometimes it's a good situation sometimes, even we have like a moment where you're like, yo, Jay, I see what you mean. Um, we talked about swinging in the marketplace. So this is your Friday, okay? So obviously we had Memorial Day, but when we're talking about a full weekly profile, right? You guys just learned that you can have a weekly profile, even though if it's not widely talked about. The Monday high, Monday low profile is the one that I need to keep your attention on. Oh shit, hold on. Let me light the blunt. The blunt went out. And you guys can let me know in the comments, bro, because I'm looking for some, like, as we speak, like I'm on the PlayStation store, like looking for some fucking games, because I keep hearing about Expedition 33, like it looks cool. I already have Oblivion. I have all these new games. I just can never decide if I want to get one on PlayStation I really want to play. I have PC and games on PC, but I feel like I'm lazy. And I don't like always being at the fucking desktop to play the game. You know what I mean? And I even have a gaming laptop. I don't always want to game on the shit. You know what I mean? I really bought it so I could trade, but like I really feel like people talk about the console versus PC kind of thing. And for me, it's very similar to this motherfucking weekly profile. I don't like to do a lot of thinking, a lot of maintenance, a lot of fucking upgrading my shit. I don't want to keep looking for something to do with the thing. And I feel like a lot of console players, um, listen, we just want to turn the fucking PlayStation on. We want the thing to run and we want it to work. And that's the same thing how I feel about this exact weekly profile. That could be corny as shit to you, that analogy. But I don't really care. What I care more about is, again, if we have a personal style, right? This is why trading is about being a creative. It's not always on you trying to trade like me. You take what I teach you, you remix it for yourself. If you say, yo, Jay, I really love these weekly profiles, whether I'm using again, if it's a Monday, first one obviously is of the week. So if it's a first one is low of the week or high of the week, expect the opposite on what day? Give you like 10 seconds to remember before I write it. I still ain't like the blunt. And you guys will be asking me too. They'll be like, bro, do you like do this on purpose? Like, do you just have these things written down or fuck no. Bro, I have ADHD, so my brain is faster than my mouth. And I've talked about this back in season one, but it's just how it works. And have I accepted it? Hell yeah. I'm cool with that. So if I go off on a random tangent and you don't like it, we still don't care. I'm funny. But this is what I'm talking about, right? Where you have your Monday high of the week, you have your Thursday or Friday low of the week. And if you're bullish, it'll be a polar opposite. You know what I mean? You know what the funny part is? You know what the funny part is? I've been thinking about this a lot. It's not like a random tangent, but it's a smaller one. And why is this weed so strong? Oh wait, I forgot. I'm smoking I thought I was smoking something else, but I guess I'm smoking the biscotti I got. Um it's pretty good, not gonna lie. I like biscotti. Good strain. But doesn't this just look like a regular Judas swing? Like if you trade Asia in another market, this looks like just a regular Judas swing. So like for me, for the Monday profiles, when you're looking on Meta, you're looking on Spy, like if you're looking for this specific profile, you're often going to see like a regular Judas swing shape. You're often going to see that fake up run. And then for us, we talked a lot about how we categorize the marketplace, right? So if we're doing it for a week version, so like Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4, right? So this is your Thursday, right? Even in your Judas swing, we often talk about 90-minute cycles. I'm not going to get into it, but if you're in my Discord, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And like, you know, whether you're using sessions or you're using days, it's the same concept. Ooh. But outside of that, if you had to do it, if you're trading options, I need you to pay attention to this Monday high. And even if you can't see it as quickly as we can, you need to look on that Wednesday and decide if they don't want that as buy side liquidity, they might just land where we're expecting it to on that Thursday or obviously the non-existent Friday. You know what I mean? But like a lot of people will see this and say, "Oh, Jay, I don't see what you mean. We went higher on Friday." That doesn't mean the profile itself needs to just go down for all. Obviously, it does. But I mean, even the Friday included, no. Your very last day needs to close out your weekly candle. Therefore, it is going to now already be happy with the gap down. So you would have already made some money and closed your shit here. You'd been good. And on top of that, look how big this move is. And like I said, I'm trying to give you the premise on before we even get to your dealing range. All right. Because we had a small talk before about how they're using way smaller dealing ranges. Okay. But I'm trying to give you the hack to it though. All right. Let's back up for a second. Notice how, again, we're talking about spot. Small recap. I want you guys to think about like the evaluation of something. So, like, when we're talking about like household names, okay, they're going to have higher valuation, leading to higher priced contracts. So, my thing is, right, when you're looking to, let's say you're a new trader, okay, remember what I said before. It's probably going to behoove you to go to a smaller valuation stock because you're not going to sit there and say, oh shit, I want to trade SPY, but I can only afford half a contract. I can only afford like 10 years fucking out the money ass contracts. It's not worth your time. I'm not saying you can't put $500 in an account, go find you a nice little trade and then rip that shit real quick. It's not very difficult, and I'll show you how. But before we even get to that sort of thing, I don't want you coming on and saying, you know what, yo, shit, you know what, I'm ready to quit my fucking job. I got like $700 in my account right now. Hold on there, dog. Hold on. Need you to chill for a second. All right. Yes, we can make a lot of money. Yes, this is a good run. I mean, amazing price rate. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at all. I mean, a lot of money, not a little bit of money. That's a lot of money. But this is my problem. When you're not able to afford a lot of, I'm not saying a lot of contracts, but if you can't take a partial in here without like getting out and getting back in, you need to be able to actually afford what you're trading. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of my people ask me like what my watch list is. Okay. I wanted to start with this bulletin point because not every asset is the fucking same. And it's funny when we talk about like futures or forex or indices or however you would like to define uh, your experience in other markets. I feel like a lot of people need to still have what I call the discovery phase. This is for you to discover yourself as a trader. Go discover some shit that you like or don't like. You might be trading NQ right now and realize you don't even fucking like it. You might be trading YM right now because your friend trades YM and all your friends fucking are good at it, and you realize that you fucking hate that thing. But it's popular though, ain't it? It's popular. Uh, okay. I totally understand that perspective, but you need to be an individual at the same time. And it sucks because I can see my fucking. I hate trading you. I hate trading you on my mic, bro. There we go. All right. So this is my thing. All right. So let's look at something obviously not of much value. So when we're talking about Delta, all right, I actually love Delta. If you want to actually snap, okay, a lot of people that trade options have this one problem. Or no, they have a lot of problems, but this is one problem that I see all the time. You'll be talking to me about some random ass stocks, and you'll like. I'm not saying it's bad to jump around like different like tickers and try to figure out what's moving and what's not moving. That's important. But the problem is, you can either become a specialist in like a SPY, QQQ, all the ones that have like a lot of value that's going to move every day. You know what I mean? That's not bad. But if you're somebody new, you might not be able to afford those contracts, like I'm saying. So if you want to come on to a lower valuation, a DraftKings or something like that is going to be way slow compared to a SPY. But if you want some notable ones that, especially on my list, that move well, I like and shout out to my that's my guy, man. My guy Sean, man. Me and Sean grew up skateboarding together, and I found out later that he ended up trading options, and I ended up trading options, and this is totally two different experiences how we got into it. But man, I really wonder how he's doing now. I haven't talked to him in a long time. If you watching this shit, bro, hit me up. So anyway, he used to trade Halliburton. All right, I got that shit from him. So and it's funny because I hear that Rock for Nine song all the time, and I'll be thinking about this exact thing. So you'd be like, "What the hell?" But Hal is a good ticker, moves really, really well. If you want some of the if you're trying to save your money and still find a move that goes every day, damn near, the airlines. They do really well. What's another one that does really well almost every day? If you really like, and again, I'm not into no GME, I'm not into no bullshit like that. This is only here because a lot of people wanted to learn it at the time. So when I'm studying the algorithm, people are saying, yo, do go back levels work on stocks? And I said, yeah, we can go look at it on GameStop. But this is the thing. If you're into like a SPY, Meta, QQQ, these are going to use bigger PO3 numbers. They're going to use um, other concepts that are more comfortable to reward day trading. You know what I mean? You might want to have, let's say, if you are like somebody with less patience, you're probably going to enjoy these a lot more if you're similar to like a just a Nasdaq or you want something to move essentially. Now we all want it to move, but you might not be into how scary these are and how expensive they are. So Snap is not going to do it. You want something with like a mid-size, like a DocuSign can be like in the middle. It's kind of balanced. But I'm talking like Nike, $60. Delta Airlines, $50. All right. So when we're talking about all these here, right? It's funny that a lot of people don't have a concept of like, I guess if you're looking for a certain type of trade, we realize Apple and Tesla and all these move far and very fast. But if you're uncomfortable with that sort of movement, even just like on a 1 to 5, 15-minute basis, Go to something slower. It's not bad for you. You know what I mean? So you let me know. Let's add some context to it. All right. You let me know if it's more comfortable to actually grab a lot of these contracts and let me know if it's like more comfortable to you to get two SPY contracts and spend um 700, 800 sometimes on a good contract. Or would you just like to ball out sometimes, find you a good weekly profile, and you can sit there and say, you know what? They're offering me puts here, but I might actually scoop up these things at $14 a contract, $17 a contract, $22 a contract. And you can literally just grab like 60 of these motherfuckers. It's not very hard. Doing the general math, you're probably thinking to yourself, yo, well, like, what if my trade goes the wrong way? I'm so worried about theta. I can't do this or do that. I'd rather trade the bigger ones because they're going to move. I'm so worried about the Greeks. And we had a talk on that. Yes, you want high value, you want high open interest, and you want um basically someone else to give a fuck about the contract too, is basically what I'm saying. But you need to get to a point where before we talk about the technicals part, you need to get to a point where you're like making better plans for your actual money. Is it worth it to you to have, 2,500 in the account and you're just sitting there rifling off thousand, thousand, thousand? Bro, you'd be out of money before lunchtime. You think that's smart? I'm not saying you can't, YOLO some shit if you just feel like it or, whatever, but we serious over here. We not gambling over here. Algorithmic price delivery. If you're not trying to run this shit correctly, you waste your time. You really are. And it's unfortunate that like over the course of the years, I've been in so many like environments of traders, right? So like you realize how like options traders are versus like forex traders, and like how forex traders are versus like everybody now is just a futures trader, right? It's popular right now. Hey, this is a more efficient market. Yeah, we love it. It's fine, but it's actually been more of a family because everybody who trades futures is like, yo, hold on, I gotta. I find them to be more analytical and less in a more gambling mindset than a lot of options traders that I find. Hey, don't blame the messenger. It's just my experience. Okay. But not saying that in a bad way. I love options trading, and we all understand how fun it is. So when we're coming on to something like this, and we talk about, hey, what can I apply to fucking all these charts if they're slightly different on speed or valuation, or how am I approaching it with my own money? Like I said, you need to get good at weekly profile. So the classic and the one that I typically actually look for the most is what we're doing between Tuesday and that Thursday. That's a lot of time more cleaner profiles. Now, you might not be in my Discord, and it's also capped right now, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Um, but if you're in my Discord, we have like a whole tab for a weekly profile. So however you would like to define it in any asset, right? Um, yeah, Tuesday high, Thursday low, Friday low. Yeah, that's clean. That's expected. And it's just basically when I say like to redefine what we're talking about, weekly profile is just where you can find, as you can expect it on a clear template, where my high and low of the week is. So if I have a certain high on a certain day, I already have a projected low on another day. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. It's not us trying to come in and do all this wild shit. All right. So Again, just to be clear, right? They are templates. So when you have like that Tuesday low, you know what I mean? I'm already expecting Thursday or that Friday high. That's what I'm saying. The low of the week is found, high of the week is found on specific days. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm also trying to get you guys to a point where you're not really like freaking out about like if your contract's going to fuck you up over, with data, or if you're so worried about the Greeks that you can't take the fucking trade. You know what I mean? But again, if these are all like $17 a piece for buys, bro, just load up on buys, hit the weekly profile. So here, you're not just being proactive, but you're being productive with your money. You know what I mean? You're not wasting a lot of time. And you also have a set start and stop in terms of duration. A lot of people are lost when they think, hey, when is this stock going to move? When is that stock going to move? You know what I mean? There's a reason why yes, I came on for 3 years in a row, every day, only traded SPY. There's a reason for that. But when I realized it, I said, listen, I got to go back to my roots. The funnest thing that I was trading at the time, I made a lot of money on SPY, but I made some of the biggest trades at first getting into options trading. Um, DraftKings, the airlines, and Alibaba. Those are some of my favorite, favorites to trade. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, bro. So when we talk about like gold back levels, okay, let's check out Alibaba on a weekly chart. All right. Now, the funny part, we talked about something earlier, and I need your perspective on something. All right. We talked about how NASDAQ is obviously ripping through these motherfuckers like water, right? You feel what I'm saying? And shout out to all my supporters on my YouTube. Shout out you guys. You guys really helped out because um there's a gem video for the members only coming out on a similar topic. Not just found in this market only, but found in other markets as well. There's some secretive stuff I want to talk to you guys about. But there's a lot of people that just joined my Discord. And I'll say it like this, bro. I don't want to put no names out there, but there's a lot of people teaching this shit incorrectly. And fuck that. If you're having a lot of trouble with this stuff, bro, like it's to the point where people are remixing it and telling them that gold back levels aren't even real. That's fucked up, ain't it? They're still using this shit and telling people that gold back levels is not real. That's fucked up. Listen, man, I don't give a fuck who you learn from. All I know is if they're telling you still that ICT or gold back levels or algorithms or whatever do not exist in the marketplace, you might as well shut that conversation down. You might as well shut that conversation all the way down. But shout out to all my homies in my Discord. They just joined. And it sucks that they were getting the wrong information. Not saying they didn't get everything, like a gem or two, but like when you're having people tell you that the go back levels is strictly like literally not real, that's like fucking me up right now. You feel me? But this is the thing. It's math, damn it. How you gonna tell me math don't work? What sense do that make? Huh? How else do you run an algorithm? You tell me. That don't make no sense. I'm glad people are starting to do their own research. At first, just because ICT says one thing, everybody asked him about go back levels, and he was like, "No, this shit not real." Yeah, okay. That go to show you that you need to have your own brain. Mm. Now, I gave you a moment to kind of soak in the visual here. Okay. Now, just the thing about it. You let me know if this is difficult. Now, you're already seasoned, right? We're on season two. You know how to use gold back levels now. I don't have to explain it to you very deeply. You understand that when we get to an EXT level or you get support from a low level, you realize what that is for. You realize what that's telling you. So even if you are unsure when we're going to hit this high, and again, we're on a weekly chart. So let's give this a proper duration. All right. Right here, 6th of January. All right. So right here is our first week of January. So this is 2025. Are you going to tell me that from January till now that you couldn't find this move? This would be hard to find. Low right here, clear buy side liquidities, power three style. The failure to meet the EQ level at the first high here does what? Exactly. Failure to meet the EQ. We need to come up and destroy it later. You feel what I'm saying? And also, we already talked about this, but what level, if we don't reach the high, is going to be capable of doing some sort of reversal? Yeah, right. Oh, man. It's almost like go back levels like don't exist or something. I don't know. I mean, that looked like it don't exist to me, man. This shit don't look like it aligns to me or anything. I don't know. Don't mind me. I just smoke weed and talk about funny lines and shit. Fucking dickhead. I can't believe you would do some shit like that to somebody. Now listen, I didn't give you the gem yet, and that's for a reason. Okay. A lot of people take exactly what I say out of context, and you'll go right in tomorrow and looking for this exact one thing only. And I don't want that. I need you to be a reliable narrator. I need you to get on your A game and start being time based. Stop coming to the marketplace expecting this shit to run randomly. All right. You need to get to a mode where you understand not just AMD cycles. You need to get to a point where, whether it be every week, you need to be systematic. This thing is going to be looking disgusting, filled with gaps everywhere, right? So even if we want to operate this thing on we got to pull it back out, right? Week by week level. It's unfortunate that somebody's going to sit there and you only have what we talked about before, the one function for the gap fill. In your mind, you're going to sit there and think nothing but what? Gap fill, gap fill, gap fill. Yo, are we feeling that? Are we feeling this? Are we feeling that? How else are you responsible for this thing? There's more than one way to just sit there and trade this stuff. And I understand your 4 hour or your hour chart might look ugly like that. Look at that. Disgusting. How do you trade this fucking thing? We talked about breaking it all the way down. This is why this indicator is so helpful because when we come in, we need to be able to break it down into days, right? And then from there, I did talk about, again, being intentional and also having not just weekly profile down, but also understanding what it is to have a daily profile. What does the anatomy of a daily candle look like in options? What is it supposed to do algorithmically in terms of function? What is every day responsible for? Is Monday the same as Wednesday? Do you ever have these thoughts? And a lot of people realize, you know, just over time in their experience, they say, oh man, fuck, man, oh my God, Monday, it sucks. Oh, I can't trade Mondays. And it's funny I'm saying that because I used to be that same person saying that. Fucking hate Monday. It's not for me. It's for a purpose. And realizing that you need to separate like what you do overall in your trading. Like, do you just come on every day and go entry, entry, entry for my target, target, target? Because if so, you need to chill the fuck out. That sounds weird, don't it? Jay, what do you mean? Bro, when do you fucking plan for something? No, no, no. I chart and, 15, 20 minutes before, I hop up, I'm right there. I'm an hour in and I've seen everything. Are you sure? Because you would have known that this is going to be a day of movement and not an a cycle. If you're doing your due diligence, you would have figured out what cycle this is early in the week. And it's funny because a lot of people, um, I mean, shout out today. I mean, it's still incredible how there's only one video on that channel, and that shit went platinum in the hood. Oh my God, that video is so crazy, man. He really did us all a favor. He really did. Now, the thing is, I already had that idea for like the week, right? How we just understand this sort of thing. So I've been doing that for a very long time before I saw that video. But when we talk about like it being a forced cycle, he fucked me up on that one. Nah, he straight fucked me up on that one. He was dead serious. I loved it. And I love how, I mean, I'll be honest, bro. We were talking about this yesterday. Why the hell did he do X in any of this? Like it makes it sound like we doing now we are doing a version of math all the time. But my guy, if X is like distribution, why the hell you ain't make it sound cooler anyway and just say DAMD? What the hell? Why you ain't just say, see, right? AMDX. So then you would say AMDD. Bro, why would you what why would you do some dumbass shit like that? Not saying it's not cool, but you see my point. Listen, we talking about gold back levels. Let's get down here. We looked at the 81. You realize how big that was for the duration we looked at it at. So you guys need to realize that you're not trading a SPY, a Tesla. Like you're going to be on very small dealing ranges, like to the point where you see I'm going systematically too, so you can see it. Even just navigating throughout a week or 2 weeks, right? And prior to this, a lot of people had that kind of notion that, oh man, shit, I don't even know if these funny lines work because I can't tell when these motherfuckers is aligned or not. And I understand that. But listen, that's why, like for me, even on my NASDAQ chart, right? Everything's gonna be coded a certain way, right? I already have like similar colors to for what I'm looking at, right? So when I'm coming in down here, so I'm looking already oh shit. You can hear it in my P's and my B's, like um fucking I got that. It's almost over though. Like I feel fine. That's why I made this video today. But like it's just the nasal shit be fucking me over, man. But like I said, I'm also smoking hella blunts. So we gotta roll this wood real quick. You feel me? So hold on. We had to pause for a dramatic effect real quick. Now listen, what do you think? When we talk about like market organization, you guys have been here for a while now, so you can let me know. Do you see what I mean when I talk about like market structure first, time, and then go back levels last? Do you see why I do shit like that? Now, why you should probably do that same shit too? Whether it be in your studying or in your trading, or right now, I'm shining from the heavens right now. My God. But anyway, I think that you should have like a moment where you're like, listen, There's so much talk about what you need to do in trading, what you don't need to do in trading. Oh, you can only care about this and get away with being profitable. Oh, you don't have to care about that and get away with being profitable. What do you think defines like um having everything or having down what you need? What do you think that means? And my bad, I'm working with my hands real quick. You feel me? You feel me? But think to yourself, right? Because I'm speaking to you, like you can respond back to me. I'm not gonna hear you, but I'm right there with you, like in your trading journey, and I'm your friend. So I want you to think, even just for a moment, like what are some challenges that you face in your trading right now that seem like impossible fucking fixes? Like, oh shit, this is going to take me years to fix. This is going to take me months to fix. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this one, or I don't even know what issue I even have. Like, you know what I mean? Do you have these types of thoughts? Ponder for that for like a second. Is it the certain marketplace you're trading? Is it just the marketplace is hard and it's beating you to fuck up? Is it self-confidence? Or is it you needing to get your goddamn feelings and realize that it's a motherfucking algorithm and you need to be routined? What's the first thing you're doing every day? What's the second thing you're doing every day? And why is it different? Oh, that struck a nerve to somebody. I'm sorry. I can see that real meme where you got to handle your test, be like, "Oh, Jay, why you gotta call me out like that?" I'm sorry. I'm just saying that like a lot of people have similar experience. But why do you feel like one trading model or one method, without verifying what the marketplace is really doing, should work? What does it mean to be studying or trading an algorithm in the first place? I don't know. Maybe you should go Google what an algorithm is. It's a set of processes that is coded to go in a certain order. You have if-then statements and you have objectives. In order to get to these objectives, it has to go through a series of processes, verification systems, and it also has a backlog. Algorithms can be updated. And to speak to you about the backend, it's not about, again, having 17 motherfucking confluences. It's about having one main idea on the day or the week, understanding what the algo can and cannot do in terms of accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. And it also needs to be you being intentional about your trade style. What behavior belongs in what marketplace? What style of trading belongs in what cycle? And you're already thinking, God damn, can you? I didn't even answer the first three questions. Can you stop answering? Can you stop giving me questions? God damn. These are the hard questions that we have to ask. These are the hard questions. And don't worry, we got a lot to catch up on. So we'll be here for a while. And that's why, again, I like being long-winded. I like being like hyped to make long form videos because not to say it like that, but other people fucking suck at it. I gotta be a fucking superhero. Do it my fucking self. But I think it's fun though. I just don't really get it. The whole trying to, you know, get everybody to be up under you as a mentor for 10 years and they still don't know how to do what they need to do. It's just unreasonable. But that's because we don't ask ourselves these tough fucking questions. Like, am I looking at the right dealing range? And we talked on stocks being different from NQ. So when you're looking at a 9 dealing range, this is actually going to carry your shit, straight carry you. And a lot of people don't get used to that because you're glazing one asset for like a year. So even us who are in my Discord have been like, yo, I really want to get into other assets. Yo, this is cool. Like, I love the go back levels. Yeah, it's fun. But now you're looking at like Alibaba on 81 thinking that's just going to, rip the same way NASDAQ does using an algo one or algo two. And I'm like, yo, hold on. First of all, it's not about the algo. It's more about how long it's taking to complete healing range. How long does it take to complete this 9? So from the base here, you have displacement. We're going to zoom into this price action here. But you have a displacement here. And what happens right in your fair value gap level? Yes, chess you betcha. You hit this fair value gap, and then you become Dale Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. He was mega rich with that fucking cowboy hat. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you had a fucking boring childhood. Why do I say funny stuff like that? Man, trading is so funny, man. I said something earlier. What is enough for you? Like in your learning, like what are you looking to learn? I don't even think you know all the way. Isn't that weird? We all want to be better at trading as a whole. We all want to have better entries. We all want to have no drawdown. Yeah, we could do that. We've accomplished that. It's not very hard to get to. Like very minimal drawdown. Bias is the easiest part. Either you sell from a premium or you buy from that discount. What's hard about that? And what did we just talk about? Trying to keep your attention on weekly profile. The more that we talk, we're going to start talking about daily profiles for options. But I'm also looking to keep your attention on how long we are looking to complete these dealing ranges. So, yes, you can go on a 3 and a 9 and dominate these things. And you want real volatility? You want to really snap? Yeah. You want a discount on your contracts. This is where your gem comes in. And I always do this on purpose because if you don't watch the end of this video, I don't give a fuck. So I will give you the gem at any point in time I fucking feel like. So a lot of people don't have patience, right? In YouTube video. Yeah, just skip around for the gem if you need to. But if you don't like to hear the ranting and shit and me talking and whatever, I don't really care to be honest, man. Like I get messages about this all the time. They're like, bro, can you just get to the point? Not really. Actually, just because you said that, I'm gonna take a little longer. Why not? I'm just an asshole like that. It's just in my personality, you know, playing devil's advocate a lot. Is that a bad thing? Probably. But it's also because, bro, I'm a trader that happens to have a YouTube channel. I'm not out here trying to consider myself this crazy YouTuber. I'm not with all that. There's a reason why you've realized it too. There'd be one take. One video. Yeah, we got some notes on what we're going to talk about. But if you don't like it, I don't care. Oh man. That's the freedom of being fucking full-time trader, bro. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, it's fun. So these videos, they're not for you. You want to know who they're actually for? When I have kids soon, this channel's for them. It's not for you. You might be watching it right now, but my kids will look back and say, you know what? And God forbid, if anything ever happens to me, they got this whole channel as a resource and they will never be broke. Ever. Ever. Man, you gotta like give a fuck about like what you're doing here. And the only reason why like I got my students to convince me to make a YouTube channel is because we talked about that very thing. And Kevin told me, he said, bro, figure out who you're doing it for. And I answered that question for myself. Hmm. And blunt is rolled. Thank you. Life is good. Now we can talk again. Gem for you. All right. Where do you find your fair value gap? In your fair value gap level, of course. All right. Don't be stupid. Now, when do you finally expect motherfucking gap fill because the narrative calls for it? Here, obviously, because we have some objectives. We talked about this earlier, the failure to actually reach the bottom of the skull back level. There is liquidity that needs to be filled in between here and here. Now, when you get multiple reactions, like we're not just going to go at any fucking time. When you get reactions, a lot of people are learning this in my Discord right now, but on a very basic level, I'm not going to explain it to you as deeply as I explain it to them, but on a very basic level, bro, they never want this thing the first time they act like they want to take this thing down. I guarantee you they don't even want it the second fucking time, to be honest. You got to get over that. If you're somebody who still thinks they keep driving this shit down without making real liquidity, you are sadly mistaken. You got to get to the point where you realize like what the fuck we're doing here. Anytime and real gemmed up for you, okay? They are going to make some liquidity before they actually drive some shit in your direction. You know what I mean? They're not going to drive it lower here until they make some liquidity first. Okay. Now, notice what I said earlier. This is a 9, and let's see how long it took to get through this one. Okay. So for weekdays, and we could do, so we'll take note of it, okay? So right here, you have 1 day, 2, 3, 4, about 5 days. Not bad. So it took about 5 days to get through a 9 on Baba. Okay. We'll stamp that. So this is what I'm talking about. Let's look around. Okay. So this is why I wanted your attention. Let's check this out. Now, this one's kind of tough because we need a definitive start and stop point too. So let's go on daily chart. Now, here we go. Now, we got 2025. Let's see what we're working with. All right. So we got January, And this is what you can do for yourself, okay? Go into a certain stock and go right to January on a daily chart. You're going to go and start flipping through some of these gold back numbers, okay? Start seeing like the kind of range that you're actually like kind of running over the course of the year, over the course of these 6 months, or you know what I'm saying? If you're stuck in, oh shit, there we go. Now, let's actually do this. All right. Let's actually make the screen kind of clean. And on my own screen, I do this a lot because I mean, you could just flip it on. You could actually go look at the levels. I mean, you can do whatever. But obviously, right? If we're starting, and you talk about algorithms, is this not just a sell side candle for me so far? Wrong tool, brother. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh shit, the blunt rolled. I forgot. You ever surprise yourself with a blunt? Like, oh shit. Like you'll roll one right before you go to sleep, and then you forget, and you wake up and it's still there, like, oh. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite shit. I do it every day almost. I'll forget the blunt roll, and I'll be like trying to watch a movie in VR, and I'll fall asleep. Yo, yo. If you ain't watch, hold on. There's a movie. If you've never seen it, it's called Viridian. Watch Viridian. I seen it last night, and that shit was all right, bro. That shit was all right. I need, I said it before, I need your opinion. When I watch crazy film, I need your opinion. All right. I've also, listen, um, motherfucking Black Mirror. I've been watching it. I actually didn't even know that Black Mirror was out till last week. And that shit came out a minute ago. I know that. But that goes to show you how up to date that I am not on like all these older series that they're trying to bring back because they just keep fucking doing it. Anyway, so we're looking at this on like the year, right? So when you're looking at this thing, is this not just a protraction phase by functionality? What drops us back down? Rejection block, no problem. So we understand that rejection block is going to send our fucking ass. We know we got at least EQ on the menu down here. Do you feel what I'm saying? But also, we're not just, gold back level warriors. We understand liquidity. Okay. That brings me back to something I said to you earlier, which you probably didn't pay any fucking attention to. What is enough for you? What does that mean? Are you trading only because of gold back level data or information? There's a lot of people out here saying you can do that. I'm not saying you can't, but is that the right thing to do? Is that enough for you? You know about time and price, or you're getting more familiar with time and price. And I'm not gonna lie, there are some concepts that by themselves I can't even talk about on this channel right now, but they are incredible. If you're 9 members only, you wouldn't know. Or if you're not in my Discord or in my mentorship, you wouldn't know. And also, my Discord is super capped right now. I don't have space for those, but I'll always have space for just individual one-on-one sessions. So if you're watching this and you're keep hitting me up about the Discord, listen, when somebody leaves, I will have more spaces open for it. But until then, just come hop on a one-on-one. Okay. Send an email and I'll let you know that, yeah, we'll just pick a day. Okay. And we'll talk. All right. A lot simpler than trying to ask me about the Discord because I'll probably be a while before that's actually open. I try to keep it like slightly under like 40-ish people. Like I think we're at like 41 right now, maybe 40 directly. But outside of that, yeah, man, just hit me up if you want to literally just run a one-on-one session. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours long. But You don't always have to just join the Discord to talk to me for a while to especially not just in general. I want to talk to you about like your experience. I want to see where you're at and where you need to go. Because it's different for everybody. Whether you're an options trader or whether you're trading NASDAQ or you want to trade Forex with me or you even want to trade crypto. It's the same deal. But the problem is, are you good at market structure enough to say, yo, I'm comfortable there? And what I mean by this is you need to be able to understand the algorithm enough to customize your output. You need to understand when you're in consolidation and know how to trade that if you so desire. But you also for sure need to understand when to find a distribution, how to know you're already in it, and how to use it effectively. Not having these things down, you are crippled as a trader. You are limited. And also, you tell me, I said something, I will be very clear. No, I'm not telling you to do overthinking. You need to have a great main idea that allows you to not overthink. And the rest of this is just self-explanatory. The chart is screaming at you at what needs to happen next, especially because we talk about core liquidities. The marketplace is only giving a fuck about that. So why don't you give a fuck about that? Do you feel what I'm saying? Do I curse a lot? Oh well. Yes, sir. But do you see my point? Like so far we looked at Alibaba, so far we looked at DraftKings. You're seeing how like we're not even done this dealing range from the top. Like obviously the rejection block is fine, but even from as far as we went, and again, this is a 27, right? Yeah. So price range, look how far we actually went. All right. We went so far on this year, $24 in price, right? Stock's not moving fast, man. Not like no NASDAQ. You can hang out on that 27, that 9, that 3. Now watch. Let's snap, right? Let's go up. And I said something to you earlier. Some of the best money I made when I first started options was right on DraftKings because these contracts were cheap as I don't know what, bro. I was getting these things for 12 to $22 a contract, making 15 to $2,200 a trade, bro. And that's how I got introduced to like really being good at options. Bro, what money do I got to first start to trade no fucking spy, bro? How? How? Oh yeah, the blunt is rolled and we're smoking it. Life's good. Listen, man, you gotta realize the stuff is fractal. All right. So how long does it take to get through this thing? And again, let me give you a reference. I'll give it back to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll put it back. All right. We're on a 9. Okay. Back on the 9. Okay. We on that rondo. If you didn't get that just now, you need to go watch some NBA. All right. I got the 9 on me. All right. You get what I'm saying? You got the 9 on the jersey. Uh-huh. Okay. Whatever. It only takes one, two, three, four, five. Takes 5 days to complete that. Very sick. Very sick. Very sick. So again, think about what I'm also telling you, right? If options trading is all about trying to figure out a certain direction within a certain time window, that's the name of our game. That's our specialty. We know when things move and when it don't move. We know when it consolidated and when it don't. We know when it's a full week of distribution when it's not. We know what week to swing, what week to not swing. And if you don't, you need to come speak to me. My final set of questions. In part 3, we have a lot of work to do. Yo, 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 yo. Now, really quick, right? Oh, and this is so we can get sponsored by Gatorade. Gatorade, I know you'd be watching this motherfucker, and you need to sponsor us. Available in all countries, 16 flavors. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, I'll be making fun of these YouTubers, man. Oh my God, yo. Imagine. Listen, for me to do a channel sponsorship thing, you have to send me like the coolest shit ever. Like ever, ever. You know what I mean? Like you would have to send me the coolest fucking thing. I wouldn't even sit there and try to like because I just can't take it seriously. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I can't take it seriously. There you go. I was glistening in the matrix for a second. But this is the thing, right? So this is my thing. It don't cost nothing to be a good person. It really don't. I don't give a fuck how good you get at this trading stuff. You don't take advantage of nobody, bro. I don't like that. And for people to come to me and say, someone charged them a ridiculous amount of money just to tell them that the gold back levels is not real. I'm not saying no names. I'm just saying that's fucked up. It don't cost not a dime to be a good person. I just can't understand it. Because we make our own money. So what's the point? I don't know. This is the thing. And you're learning, you need to do two things right now. Okay. You need to figure out who you are as a trader. You need to discover your fucking self. All right. Don't be like me. You don't gotta smoke blunts, sit at the computer, play video games. Be your own personality. Me, I'm the all-around trader. I can swing trade, I can scout, I can position trade. I like all markets. So I like options, I like forex, I like futures. You don't have to be me. I like everything. I damn sure like weed. It's unfortunate, but this is why we help people. And for me, people reach out to me, they tell me their personal stories a lot. And when I heard that one, man, I wasn't even trying to let a lot of people in the Discord, but I had to let those people in. I felt so bad, man. All that money and still having a lot to learn. It's not even like the price tag that actually fucks it up for me. It's that you told him that the shit not real. That's where you fucked me up. So, well, I'm still sick. I gotta go. But I'll leave you with a message. All right. Three things. Um, number one, I need you to start journaling more because you're forgetting even where your issues are. And you don't even know where they are. So write that shit down. All right. Also, I need you to take a personal fucking day. Like, I need you to fucking relax. All right. And that's coming from me, like the workaholic. Like, take a fucking day. You don't have to trade all 5 days, all 30 days of the damn month. All right. Take a fucking day. You got to stop forcing it. The algorithm is going to be open on Monday. It's going to be open on Tuesday too. Whatever money goals that you got right now, you do not need to rush this shit. It's kind of like that little kind of thing they say, right? Like, I mean, not even with the tortoise and the hare, because fuck that. That's stupid. I want you to trade like a fucking Usain Bolt when you get good. It's not about that. Speed is not the focus at first. Accuracy is your focus at first. You'll get to a point where your accuracy is not affected by whatever you do. You'll sit there and realize, yo, I see what model I can use, and I can strip the model. I can straight strip the model. Oh, yo, I forgot about that. I got these tattoos. We forgetting about those. See what I mean? That brain is just faster than my mouth. Yeah, whatever. Listen, man, don't give up. I want you to be happy. Insert another motivational quote that I can think of. And you know, I don't know. This shit boring enough as it is. Make this shit fucking fun. All right. I'll see you motherfuckers.